Lily was an adventurous girl with a curious spirit. One rainy afternoon, while searching for old toys in her attic, she stumbled upon a dusty, old television set. It looked ancient, its wooden frame scratched and worn. The screen was dark, and cobwebs hung from the corners. Despite its age, there was something intriguing about it that made Lily's heart race. She felt drawn to the television as if it held secrets waiting to be revealed. After dusting it off, she discovered the knob still turned, and with a flick of her wrist, she managed to power it on. The screen flickered to life, but instead of a clear picture, all she saw was a chaotic swirl of static. Lily frowned, puzzled by the jumble of black and white noise. As she sat there, mesmerized by the dancing patterns on the screen, strange feelings began to wash over her. It felt as if whispers floated through the air around her, just out of reach. What could be causing that? She wondered aloud, her voice echoing softly in the attic. Then, in the midst of the static, Lily thought she saw a figure flicker momentarily, a girl, no older than herself. Her hair flowed as if caught in a breeze, and her eyes seemed full of longing. Lily's heart raced. Who was this girl? Why was she trapped in the static? Little did Lily know that this discovery would lead her into a terrifying mystery unraveling right before her eyes. As the static swirled on the screen, Lily leaned closer, her heart pounding in her chest. The chaotic pattern seemed to dance before her eyes, mesmerizing and unsettling at the same time. She felt a chill run down her spine, but an irresistible urge to uncover what lay within the noisy display kept her glued to the spot. Suddenly, as she gazed into the static, she began to hear something beyond just noise. Soft whispers crept through the attic, barely audible at first but growing clearer with each passing moment. "Help me, find me," the words floated through the air like a haunting melody, sending shivers of both fear and curiosity through Lily. She glanced around the dim attic, half expecting to see someone hiding behind boxes or lurking in the shadows, but there was only her and that old television set. The whispers seemed to ebb and flow with the static, pulling her deeper into a world of mystery. "Who are you?" she asked softly, hoping for an answer that would reveal more about the ghostly girl she'd seen earlier. Instead of a response, the static intensified, flashing images that were just out of reach, flickering glimpses of a dark room and shadowy figures. Lily's pulse quickened, she knew she had stumbled upon something supernatural. With each whisper and frantic flicker on the screen, a strange connection formed between her and the girl in the static, drawing Lily further into an enchanting yet terrifying experience that was only just beginning. With each passing moment, the whispers grew louder, wrapping around Lily like a cold breeze. Unable to resist any longer, she pressed her palms against the television screen, feeling a strange warmth radiate from it. She stared deeper into the static, focusing on the brief flickers that danced within. Suddenly, the chaotic noise shifted, and the static cleared just enough for Lily to see the outline of the ghostly girl more clearly. The girl was no longer just a shadow, she appeared as a shimmering figure, her long hair flowing gracefully like smoke. Her pale face was filled with sorrow and desperation, and Lily's heart raced at the sight. It was as if the girl could sense Lily's gaze because she lifted her hand slowly and pointed towards the screen, her lips moving silently in a plea for help. "Help me," the whispers echoed once more, clearer than before. Lily felt an overwhelming urge to reach out, as if there were an invisible connection between them. The girl's eyes held an intensity that made Lily want to scream or run away, yet she stood frozen, captivated by the sorrowful expression. As the static sparked and crackled, Lily could see the girl's mouth form words, but no sound reached her ears. Instead, a series of images flooded through the static, fragments of memories that hinted at a dark past. At that moment, Lily knew she had to help this lost soul trapped in the static before it was too late. The weight of the girl's sadness wrapped around Lily, urging her to act. In the days that followed, Lily found herself consumed by the old television set. Each afternoon after school, she rushed back to the attic, her heart fluttering with excitement and fear. She spent hours staring at the flickering screen, hoping to catch another glimpse of the ghostly girl. The whispers continued to echo in her mind, urging her on as if they were a melody only she could hear. The static became a familiar companion, and Lily began to take notes about everything she observed. She recorded the times when the girl appeared and the patterns in the static that seemed to change with her emotions. It was as though there was an unspoken language between them, one that Lily desperately wanted to understand. Her curiosity transformed into an obsession. She even stopped hanging out with friends and neglected her homework. Every moment not spent in front of the television felt like a missed opportunity to uncover the truth. Lily imagined what life must have been like for the girl trapped within the screen, wondering how she had ended up there. One evening, as she jotted down her thoughts, Lily felt a strange sensation wash over her, an overwhelming sense of purpose mixed with dread. She knew deep down that unraveling this mystery was important not just for herself but for the girl who seemed so lost and alone. With determination in her heart, Lily vowed to investigate further, convinced that understanding the girl's story might be the key to setting her free. Determined to learn more, Lily dove into her research about the old television and the girl trapped inside. She scoured the internet for any information on vintage TVs, but her search revealed little. Frustrated but undeterred, Lily decided to visit the local library, hoping that old newspapers might hold the key to uncovering the truth. After hours of flipping through dusty archives, she stumbled upon a grainy photograph that made her heart stop. It was a picture of a young girl who looked eerily similar to the one in the static, accompanied by a headline that read, "Tragic Fire Claims Local Family." The date on the article was decades old, yet the sorrowful expression on the girl's face matched that of her ghostly counterpart. Lily's fingers trembled as she read about a fire that consumed their home and claimed the lives of several people. The article noted that the girl had been missing ever since, her fate a mystery. A sense of dread washed over Lily as she pieced together a chilling connection between the girl in the photograph and the spectral figure she kept seeing through the static. That night, Lily couldn't sleep. The revelations haunted her thoughts. She began to wonder if this girl had somehow become trapped in the television during that tragic event. Faced with a mix of fear and determination, Lily resolved to find out more about what happened and how she could help free this lost soul from her eternal torment. As days passed, strange occurrences began to haunt Lily's everyday life, hinting that the girl in the static was becoming more present. At night, she noticed the lights in her bedroom flickering, casting eerie shadows that danced across the walls. Each time the lights dimmed, a feeling of unease settled over her, as if someone, or something, was watching. The unsettling sensations grew stronger when Lily fell asleep. She began experiencing vivid dreams filled with fire and smoke, where she saw flashes of the ghostly girl reaching out for help. In these dreams, the girl's cries became increasingly desperate, echoing in Lily's mind long after she woke up. The line between dreams and reality blurred, leaving her anxious and scared. One evening while studying in her room, a sudden chill swept through the air, causing her to shiver involuntarily. She glanced at the television set, which had inexplicably turned on by itself. The screen filled with static, and she could swear she saw the girl's anguished face appear before it vanished again. Panic surged through Lily as she slammed her eyes shut, half expecting to find herself trapped alongside the mysterious figure. These warning signs only fueled her determination to save the girl trapped in the static. Each flicker of light and every unsettling dream felt like a plea from beyond, an urgent reminder that time was running out. Lily knew she had to act quickly, otherwise, she might lose herself in this haunting connection forever. As Lily delved deeper into the mystery of the girl in the static, a growing sense of dread began to replace her earlier determination. The whispers that once called for help now felt more like desperate warnings, echoing through her mind with an unsettling urgency. It was becoming clear that the girl's intentions might not be as innocent as Lily had assumed. One night, after yet another vivid dream filled with shadows and fire, Lily awoke in a cold sweat. The room felt darker than usual, and as she glanced toward the television, she noticed a flicker of movement on the screen. The girl appeared again, but this time her expression was twisted in anguish, a haunting contrast to the sorrowful plea from before. Lily's heart raced as the realization hit her: this girl may not just be trapped, she might also be looking for someone to join her. Days turned into sleepless nights as Lily increasingly feared what lay beyond the static. She started hearing noises in her home, soft whispers that seemed to call her name. When she looked in mirrors, sometimes she thought she could see the girl's reflection behind her own, lurking just out of sight. Each experience chipped away at Lily's courage, amplifying her fear that if she didn't act fast, she would find herself pulled into the television too. The static began to pulse with an ominous energy. It felt alive, drawing her closer as if it hungered for something more than just a rescue. In that moment of realization, horror gripped Lily's heart. She was no longer just a spectator but part of a dark game where escape may not be possible. One stormy night, with thunder rumbling outside, Lily felt an overwhelming urge to confront the girl in the static once and for all. The atmosphere in her room was charged with tension as she took a deep breath and approached the television set, its screen flickering ominously. She could feel the presence of the girl growing stronger, filling the air with a palpable energy that sent shivers down her spine. As she pressed her palms against the cold glass, the static surged wildly, crackling as if alive. "I know you're there," Lily shouted, her voice trembling but resolute. The room grew darker, and the whispers intensified, swirling around her like a tempest. Then, suddenly, the static cleared to reveal the girl, her once sorrowful expression twisted into something more sinister. "Why won't you help me?" The girl's voice echoed through the room, chilling Lily to her core. It was no longer a plea, it sounded more like a demand. "You can join me. You don't have to be afraid." The offer hung in the air like a heavy fog. Lily's heart raced as she realized the truth. This girl was not just asking for help, she wanted to drag Lily into her world of torment. Fear gripped Lily as she felt herself being pulled closer to the screen, an invisible force urging her to step into the static. With every ounce of strength, Lily fought against it, knowing that giving in would mean losing herself forever. In that moment of confrontation, Lily understood that freeing the girl might come at a terrible cost. She had to find a way to break this dark connection before it consumed her completely. As the static crackled ominously, Lily stood at a precipice of fear and determination. The girl's haunting request echoed in her ears, "Join me." Each word felt like a chain tightening around her heart, pulling her closer to an abyss that threatened to swallow her whole. With every flicker of the screen, it became clearer that Lily was faced with an impossible choice: free the girl from her torment or save herself from being consumed by the darkness. Lily's mind raced as she weighed her options. If she tried to help the girl, would she succeed and set her free, or would she be trapped forever in a ghostly existence? After all the research and experiences, had she only been drawn deeper into a trap? The thought of losing herself to this other world terrified her, but so did the idea of abandoning someone who was clearly suffering. Suddenly, flashes of the girl's tragic past swirled in Lily's mind, images of flames and despair mingled with the girl's desperate gaze pleading for salvation. It broke Lily's heart to think of leaving her behind, but what if freeing the girl meant sacrificing her own life and freedom? Just then, a powerful surge pulsed through the television, and it felt as if reality itself shifted. Lily realized that whatever decision she made in that moment could change everything. Gathering her courage, she understood that she needed clarity before making such a weighty choice, a choice that could determine not just their fates but also whether light or darkness would prevail. In a moment of clarity, Lily made her choice: she would not succumb to the darkness. With all her strength, she stepped back from the television, shouting for the girl to leave her alone. As the words left her lips, a powerful shockwave erupted from the screen, causing the static to swirl violently. The girl's anguished expression morphed into anger as the connection between them began to fray. Suddenly, the static exploded in a blinding flash, and Lily felt herself plummet into darkness for an instant. When she blinked again, she found herself sitting on her bedroom floor, the television silent and dark. Panic flooded her soul as she scrambled to her feet. Had she truly escaped? But the relief was short-lived. An unsettling cold moved through the air around her. As she tried to shake off the lingering dread, Lily noticed something peculiar. The reflection in her bedroom mirror appeared off. In its depths, she could still see the faint outline of the girl, staring at her with hollow eyes filled with sorrow and bitterness. Though Lily had thwarted the girl's immediate pull, it was clear that their connection was not entirely severed. Days turned into weeks, yet the memory of that confrontation plagued Lily's thoughts. Quiet whispers often filled her ears at night, reminding her of what she'd faced. No matter where she went or how hard she tried to forget, shadows flickered in the corners of her vision, suggesting that while she had escaped physical danger, in some ways, she would never truly be free from the haunting presence of the girl in the static. The weight of that lingering connection settled heavily on Lily's heart, leaving only an unsettling feeling of dread that something remained unfinished.